Welcome to part two of our interview with progressive stalwart Dennis Kucinich, running for governor in Ohio. Okay, so now you're not taking any corporate PAC money? You don't take corporate money?
No. I have to, I'm not keeping a daily count on the money that's coming in, but my campaign has been instructed not to take any corporate PACs. If any have showed up, we'll just send them back. But I don't go out seeking them. My role as governor of Ohio, should I be elected, is to transform the politics of the state so that it's not run by political insiders. It's not run by party officials. It's not run by lobbyists or lawyers who represent them. The motto of our campaign is #power to we the people. And that reflects a sensibility that says that it's time really to live this promise of government of the people and to really put the power in the hands of the people for their health, not-for-profit health care, for the environment, stop fracking and the injection of toxic waste in Ohio, for education, eliminate the for-profit charters, which are taking $1 billion a year out of the education budget, and on and on, and to challenge the NRA frontally by moving for an assault weapons ban in Ohio, and to challenge the prison industrial complex. Look, these private for-profit prisons that are going on, I intend to shut them down. It's a disgrace that in a democratic society you can have prisons run by private interests, and we need broad criminal justice reform in Ohio. The people have been put in jail for minor drug offenses, for marijuana. I'm going to use the power of pardon and commutation to change that, and I'm going to end the death penalty in Ohio. So when you look at those kinds of changes, it will have a ripple effect across the country when they see someone who is a Democrat, running as a Democrat, moving forward for transformative change. And I'm confident that we can do that.
So you're going up against the people who want to privatize education, right? Big money in that. Charter schools, big money in that. Even though the research shows that charter schools don't perform any better or worse than the schools in their districts or comparable, so they're not better at all.
You're right.
And so you're all going up against the healthcare industry, the big pharma industry, the military-industrial complex, private prisons, and the NRA. So you are going to make a lot of powerful enemies. You already have, right? So that's what that's about. So you're going to have a lot of big enemies coming at you. And is that smart to take on that many enemies at one time? I mean, we need someone like you fighting for sure.
You know what? I'm talking to you from my home in Cleveland, Ohio, which I have had since 1971. I bought it for $22,500. This is the neighborhood that I live in. It's working men and women of all colors, and that's who my obligation is to. I don't think in terms of enemies. I don't look at the world that way. I also live without fear. The French word for, or rather the word courage, the root word is a French word coeur, and it's heart. So my strength comes from the heart. My courage comes from the heart. I'm really not afraid of anyone. And people need someone who has that kind of life experience where you realize that if you're willing to take a stand and speak the truth, you need not fear anyone. And so, on a spiritual basis, one must have confidence in one's purpose and just accept things and move on. But as far as fear, let me tell you something, Jimmy. I'm not a guy that those interests can intimidate.